Everybody has been talking about this week and what the astrology means. And I'm just going to reiterate what everybody else has said because I'm sure they've said it right. This is a week of dynamic change. Now, let me stop there and just briefly interject and say, just because the change starts now does not mean the change manifests or demonstrates itself entirely now. But this is definitely when we set out on the leg of the journey where we are just done with things not changing, with things not moving, with things being the same. The week is kicking off with a huge conjunction between Mars, Uranus, and the North Node. I cannot understate how big of a dynamic change globally that means. So it is going to like push for things to be different. Now, Uranus conjunct the North Node is enough to say, yes, big dynamic change is happening. Also, the want or desire for them to change. Thinking of things in a different way, not afraid of the newness. And since this is all happening in Taurus, this has got to do 100% with our value systems. We'll talk about Venus a little while because she plays into this too. She's doing some extraordinary things in Cancer. Interesting connection between her and this conjunction, but it's not just Uranus and the North Node, it's Mars conjunct Uranus, conjunct the North Node, and they are in perfect conjunction with each other, kicking off this like on Sunday. That's what happened, and the conjunction lasts for this whole week. So it's an extraordinary piece of, listen, I already want change, I'm ready for change. Uranus, remember, rules sort of the community mindset. So a sense of how do we change value systems, industry, or what we're doing for the better, like distributing wealth for everyone, kind of. And I hope there's not some sort of communist coup, but that could happen too. It doesn't always have to turn out really well. But definitely a dynamic change in how we value things, maybe even how we do exchange commerce globally, but personally, definitely how we value things. But Mars's presence there is like pushing. It's almost giving it like a dose of rocket fuel. It's like just the impetuousness, the impulsivity. I want it now. Now let's talk about Venus, because Venus also rules Taurus. So all of that big old fate-filled conjunction is square to Saturn, which is in Aquarius, directly related to Uranus and directly related to Saturn as well. So we have Saturn in Aquarius honing in on our value systems, but is it valuable if it doesn't impact most of us? You know, we're not working on Saturn and Leo. Remember, wherever Saturn is, that energy surrounding Saturn is the law. So the law of Aquarius. What is the law? The law of Aquarius is equal and fair distribution, new innovative ideas and ways to do things, rebelling against old ways, resetting old systems, and Saturn makes that the rule. And then you have it squared to Uranus, which means challenging the rules of even yourself, of even the way that you thought things were going to be fair. And how that translates is we're going to have a big old dose of maturity. Personally, that's happening in our own lives, and making choices that maybe we thought we would never make because we're realizing we are not the same as we used to be. So making even similar choices, as somebody who has dynamically changed, they're not the same choices. We're not the same people. We're not. We're different. Now let's talk about this amazing sextile, which I think is the most exciting part of the astrology this week for me. I don't know why, but it excites me that all of these dynamic karmic changes are being set up. They're being set up as in you may have just launched. So it may not come to complete fruition yet, but you're launching it and you're doing it consciously. This is happening between Saturn and Uranus. You are doing this consciously. There is intent here. So it's not just happening around you. You are being pushed, but you are responding to the push and in ways that you normally would not have responded to the push. Making decisions that you now see in a completely different way. Now, Venus is in Cancer, which has to do with your family. She's tender, she's vulnerable, she's moody, but she's really like family comfort oriented. Like that's her value system. And Venus is sextile to Mars this whole frickin' week. But it's not just sextile to Mars, because Mars is conjunct Uranus and the North Node. So Venus is actually conjunct to this dynamic shift. A sextile is work. It gets things done. It's a relationship that says, it's like the can-do-it attitude. The can-do-it attitude, transforming how we feel and how we're valued by our family, about our family, thinking of our family, or somehow the conduit is happening within our family dynamics and family systems. And then I think Venus has an amazing trine that's happening as well to Neptune. Definitely later on in the week. I'm telling you right now, even if you don't realize it, you are setting yourself up for something karmic, a karmic connection, a karmic relationship, a karmic job, something that is even like a fulfillment of karma that you would not have been ready to even think of 10 years ago, 2 years ago. Because I think Saturn entered Aquarius. Saturn entered Aquarius. Saturn is actually leaving Aquarius. Uranus entered Taurus in 2018. And it's going to stay there for a while. Which means we have a while to change our value systems. This doesn't just affect you or impact you. It's global effect. But I think it's also going to impact your everyday life. As you see different things crumble and fall apart, or the ugly underbelly of them is exposed, you're gonna react in ways that maybe you didn't think that you would once react. You know, think about, I don't mean to get political, but think about being like one party your whole life. And now all of a sudden you're realizing, holy shit, things are changing. The dynamics are changing. The morality isn't changing. That's the key. You're still following your same moral systems, but you're starting to realize that the earthly mechanisms that supposedly upheld, demonstrated, or created those moral systems are not the same systems. They're not the same as they used to be. They have dynamically changed, and you're starting to recognize that, and you're starting to align with what is still very much your morality, but absolutely not coming from where you thought it would come from, which is going to take some mental dexterity. And what's really interesting is last week with that new moon in Leo, we had a grand cross in the sky, lots of pressure points building up, feeling stuck, recognizing we were stuck, and it involved Mercury. This week we have another grand square, not exactly a grand cross, we have a grand square in the sky, and Mercury's moved on. Mercury shifts into Venus this week, which is another dynamic shift in the cosmos, because Mercury is at home in Virgo. That's one of its domiciles. And so mental clarity and actually being able to get things done, and especially where it comes to work, not only are we not going to be afraid of this, we're going to find peace in it. Peace in the slow progress of things, scheduling things and saying, okay, this is just a part of the plan. This is long-term strategy. It's got nothing to do with instantaneous gratification, but Mars made sure I start it now. I'm not gonna think about it anymore. I'm starting it now, but I also can pace it really reliably, and I'm not afraid of the hard work aspect of it. So that's a fantastic place for Mercury to be. right? At the perfect time. And I told you all this year, the universe is putting us under pressure points, but it's pushing us very gently compared to what we've been through for the past 2 years. Very gently pushing us in the right direction that will make sense to us. So Mercury is now in toward the end of by Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. Mercury shifts into Virgo. So because Mercury moves fast, so it's gone, it's out of Saturn's way. But now the square between that big old change dynamic of the Mars-Uranus North Node conjunction is now square to the sun. The sun, and I believe the midheaven is there too. So really, when the sun is conjunct the midheaven, we understand and know exactly what we want to be, and we really appear confident to everybody else about knowing what we really want to be, and we really show up. People can really see us, but it's directly opposite to Saturn and part of this dynamic square between the nodes now. So it's got to do with really recognizing and realizing and stepping into what we were destined to become, what we were destined to be. And no, there's no other time in our lives when we could have known that. Whether you're 10 years old or 110 years old or 55 years old, it doesn't really matter. What matters is now this is where we all shift and lock into understanding, accepting, and wanting to play the roles that fate has asked us to play. But that, remember, doesn't just impact us, it impacts how other people are seeing us. It impacts how other people are talking about us. So there are huge opportunities opening that you might have felt coming and were really frustrated about because there was nothing you could have done to bring them about. This alignment in the universe had to come to push everything forward and make everything pop. So definitely expect that not only will there be dynamic changes, you will be driving them and you will be seeing yourself make decisions that you never thought that you'd made, but you know they're the right one, you know they're the right ones. And you know that it's not going to be, you know, all bells and whistles and excitement, but ultimately you're ready for the task. You are taskmaster now. This is like taskmaster energy. Like, you know, show me that garage filled with shit. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to love it. And I'm going to find gems in there that I didn't expect, but are really going to be those hidden little secrets that are going to help to crack open my life. I want you to know that I love you guys so much. Please leave the comments below. Tell me how this energy has been impacting you and what kind of dynamic changes you are now seeing shift in your life. I know around me, including me, a lot of people are moving, actually moving. So let me know, like, what do you think? Like, what's going on with you? How is the most dynamic change demonstrating itself in your life? Leave the comments below. I'd love to have a chat about it. Remember, you can chat with me live on Daily Tarot over on Astrology, right here on Astrology Motivation. I forgot that I wasn't on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. And remember, there are 12 zodiac sign readings every single week on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Please go subscribe over there if you're finding me here. If you're here, please remember to subscribe to this channel and select all notifications so that you'll know when I go live. Because I go live 5 days a week and we have amazing general tarot card readings and live chats, and I'd love for you to participate in that over here. And please be sure that you catch your favorite zodiac sign videos over on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. 12 videos come out every single week. Subscribe over there so you can get the videos that you love, and maybe even consider subscribing for the Unbound membership so you get unlimited access to all the channel perks, including all of the extended readings, because really, secretly, I upload 24 videos a week over on Born Without Boundaries Tarot, and the Unbound members get access to those. Or you can just go to Vimeo and purchase as you're interested. Either way, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm interested to see how you're experiencing this. Remember to like and share this video. I'll see you in the videos.